We're on the phone with WWE superstar Sheamus. He's going to be in Minneapolis for WWE SmackDown at the Target Center on June 17th. Sheamus, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Dustin. Dustin, right?
Yeah, Dustin, that's right. It's great to be speaking with you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. What's happening?
Well, I'm excited to talk to you. I know the WWE's coming back to Minneapolis here. SmackDown at the Target Center, June 17th. First of all, I got to ask you, how great is it to be back in front of the fans, back on the road after all the empty buildings the last year or so?
Well, it's been great, yeah. I mean, I think it's probably been close. It's probably a year now since we've been back. It's flown by. Like we've been doing live events every week again, and TVs with full audience, and it's weird. It just feels like the Thunderdome PC era was a bit of a blur, but I'm excited, man. There's nothing like a live crowd. Like it's the adrenaline, the adrenaline energy you can pull from them is incredible, and it's just a lot of fun for us, And as I said, like it's hard. We made it work, but sometimes it's hard when you're in there, just a bunch of video screens around you. You know what I mean? You've got to bring the intensity on your own. But as I said, again with this job, with my career in WWE, it's been insane. Like who would have thought I'd be wrestling in front of no people for a year and a half? I mean, no people live in the arena, and then and doing what I do. You never know what life brings you, and the ups and downs and roller coaster rides in this job for me have been incredible. This June 30th, I celebrate 13 years in WWE. I feel like I have 13 years left, mate, to be honest. But yeah, I'm excited to get to Minneapolis. I like Minneapolis. There's a really good store up there. I can't think of the name. It's where I bought one or two of my shillelaghs I use for live events. So there's really good Irish contingent up in Minneapolis as well. Irish people love the cold and the heat and the weather.
Sure.
Like the best of both worlds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you mentioned being with the WWE as long as you have, and you've been high up on the card a long time, and back in the day, guys usually didn't wrestle in the same company as long as you've been, and. Do you think young Sheamus would have imagined you'd have longer runs than guys like Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage when you started there?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't really see it that way. I just because our business and what we do is just such a hectic schedule. It really is like it's just hard to know. Like it doesn't feel like 13 years if that makes any sense. But I've had a lot of character changes over the years too. I've adapted, you know what I mean? I've changed my look. I've brought my look back. I've done some crazy looks. I'm in a faction now. I was in the bar for a couple of years with Cesaro, which was so much fun. I came back as a singles guy again. Now I'm in with these two young lads, Ridge and Butch. I've taken under my wing, and I'm bringing them up. You know what I mean? Bringing them into WWE, helping them get settled and have fun at the same time. So. Yeah, there's been a lot of little different things that have happened, and all those things, I believe, help with longevity as well. And they also help the time pass a lot quicker. But I'm still having fun, mate. I'm still enjoying what I do. I still love being out in front of the live crowd and knocking the shite out of my opponents. But yeah, I'm having fun, mate. As long as I'm having fun, as long as you're having fun doing what you want to do, mate, you try and go as long as you possibly can, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm excited. We got SmackDown in Minneapolis on Friday. All the top SmackDown names are going to be there, and it's going to be fun. I love the Minneapolis fans are a lot of fun. I have a lot of friends up there as well, so I love coming to that city.
Excellent. Yeah. Again, SmackDown will be at the Target Center on June 17th here in Minneapolis, and. You mentioned kind of a lot of the changes over the years. I think that says a lot to, your style and your legacy here as far as, how wrestling has evolved. Guys, it seems like they're always pushing the boundaries, especially in the ring. And, how do you feel about that, how things have kind of evolved over your career?
I think things have evolved a lot. I don't think athletes in the past would stand up to the athletes that we have today. I think that the current roster we have are a lot smarter, like physically, and also with nutrition and diet and lifestyle choices. So I think we're always evolving, not just in the ring, but just in life as well. Being smarter and taking better care of ourselves. So I think all that adds to it. But there's the element of there's certain people who do high flyers, crazy moves. I'm not really that type of guy. I'm a little bit more old school in my style of wrestling, like with the bigger, harder hitting guys. But because of the way the business has changed, it helps me stand out in my own way because of that style that I have. So, and I'm very proud of it, I'll occasionally go to the top rope now and again as well, you know, if I'm feeling froggy. But, you know, jumpy, but you know what I mean? I just have the crack, mate, and I leave it all out there, bro. Blood, sweat, and tears. I win some, I lose some, you know. I've got some great championships over the years. I'm missing one IC title that's eluded me my entire career. But apart from that, you know, basically, you know, that's really what I need to complete my ultimate Grand Slam champion bragging rights. So, yeah, I'm having fun, mate. As long as I'm doing that, as long as I'm getting in there, as long as I can go the way I want to go and the way my body holds up the way I want it to hold up, then you're going to have to look at me a big, ginger, ugly mug for the next couple of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with that being said, you've got a very physical style, and you've been performing at a high level for a long time. So are you feeling pretty good these days? I know you've had some setbacks here and there, but otherwise you're holding up okay?
Yeah, I feel great. I had a couple of setbacks, but I pushed through them. You know what I mean? I came out the other side stronger than it was before I went into them. I'm not going to go through the list of the injuries I have, but some of them were like, there's one or two that were touch and go, which could have put me on the shelf permanently. But I worked through it, rehabbed through it, and I made some good choices and changed the way I train. And I'm able to, and I'm in better shape now, I feel, than I was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? In some ways, 13 years ago when I first started. So, yeah, I'm great. I love getting in there with the young guys. A lot of these young guys, too, they're keeping me on my toes. They're keeping me passionate. They've got a lot of passion. They've got a lot of, they're hungry. And that keeps me hungry because I'm doing everything I can to stay ahead of them. And they're pushing me every single week. They don't allow me to get complacent or sit in my laurels or, you know, or just, you know, take a stroll. I'm always pushing every week, even when I'm not on TV. I'm at home in the gym killing it. I'm either boxing or I'm on that Peloton sweating the arse off, you know what I mean? Hating life for whatever 30 minutes I'm on that thing for. But I'm always trying to push myself and keep myself in as best shape I possibly can. So, yeah. Age is just a number, mate. Age is just a bleeding number. I think the problem with people is sometimes, I think the problem is with people with age is I think is they use that as an excuse. They use it to make themselves feel better, to not push themselves as much as they can. But the truth is, you can. Age is nothing. The harder you can, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can push yourself as hard as you possibly can, man. It's, to me, that's in my case anyway. But, you know, I see a lot of people now, you see it all over the place. People are in their 40s, even in 50s. They're in amazing shape, you know? So that whole myth of like, oh, well, I'm over 30 or whatever, over 40, that's all BS. That's just an excuse made for people to make themselves feel better. So.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of, as you mentioned, a lot of newer guys on the scene now, and you know, there's a lot of turnover lately as there's been more opportunities for wrestlers now. Are there some guys you're impressed by now? Maybe you'd like to work with here if you had the chance.
Honestly, I want to wrestle whoever the IC championship. That's my goal. First priority is to get the IC title. But otherwise, what talent wise goes, there's a lot of new guys coming in. You know, you got Walter coming in. He's a good hard hitting prospect. I like the idea of getting in there with him, slapping him around. You know, it's been a while since I went toe to toe with Roman. On a Raw brand, I'm just trying to think. Really didn't have a proper go with Bobby. You know, I've done went to Riddle. You know, we had different Priest. I have to think that look down at the roster. There's a lot more guys in there. Haven't had a proper smash with Finn Balor. That would be another good one, I think, especially with both from the same country. And yeah, there's a lot. You know, there's a lot of talent out there. Edge as well. He came back, never had a feud with Edge. You know what I mean? So that would be an interesting one as well. Yeah, there's a lot of new matchups out there for me that I've never had before. A lot of opponents I've never faced properly before or been in a proper feud with. So there's still lots to keep it fresh and keep it interesting.
Excellent. Sheamus, we had you on the show back 2010 already, I think it was, but you've done a lot.
12 years ago.
Yeah, you've done a lot since then, you know, not just in wrestling, but also on the acting side. I know you were in the Ninja Turtles movie and a lot of other stuff. Are you hoping to maybe transition into more acting maybe down the road when you hang it up?
Yeah, I'd love to. I went to Irish Week there in LA a couple of weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. Hung out with Chris O'Dowd, hung out with a few people like in Hollywood, and all the scripts were just passed around and thrown my direction. Some great scripts, actually. So yeah, I'm just looking at that. I definitely, as I said, like I'd still like to do both. I'd love to be able to. I think to keep it fresh, it'd be great to do acting a couple of months and then back in the ring a couple of months. Add the longevity as well. So yeah, I'd love to get in front of I love being in front of the camera, whether it's promos backstage, where it's in the ring wrestling, or it's still movies or TV shows, whatever it is. It's a fun job, and as long as I can make everything fun in life, that's the most important thing. Just have fun doing what you did. If your work is fun, then it's not really work at all. So yeah, I definitely like to do more. That goes without saying.
Awesome. Yeah. And I know you mentioned the IC title. I think you've accomplished just about everything else there is. I mean, is there something else besides that left for you that you want to try to obtain here before you call it a day?
There's a few things, but right now I want to do one thing at a time. I'm not a type of person to jump around, but the IC title is number one on the priority list. If I win Money in the Bank, I'll probably use it to cash in for an IC title shot. That's how much I want that championship to go with every single thing, every other award that I've won in WWE. And the goal is to be the first ever Ultimate Grand Slam champion in WWE. And I'm just so close I can taste it, but it's just getting that opportunity. And it's like a carrot that's been dangled in front of me, and I just can't get near it right now. But I'm going to stay focused, keep my priorities there, keep my goals intact, and hopefully one stage I'll get my hands on it pretty sooner rather than later.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely. You've had a Hall of Fame career here for sure, and as you mentioned, no signs of slowing down, and you're coming to Target Center here June 17th for SmackDown. And
yeah,
again, Sheamus,
next Friday we're going to be there.
Yeah, definitely. As you know, Minnesota, definitely a huge wrestling state, and it's going to be great to see you guys come back. And again, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, dude, it's not too much. Absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to getting back there. I haven't been to Minneapolis in, God, I don't know, a couple of years now, maybe over 2 years. So it's been a long time. I think I missed the last time that Raw and SmackDown were there, and they switched brands, so I missed out. But I'm excited to get back. And Joe Henning now, who I started with in FCW, he's one of our producers now. It's awesome to see him back as well. He's a huge Vikings fan, man. Huge Vikings fan, and loves Minnesota. So yeah, so excited to get back up. It'll be fun, a great show. Crowd will be hot as always, because that's what they are. They're like up there. They like to come out to be entertained, and they won't be disappointed. SmackDown Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, Minnesota. Can't wait.
Awesome. Again, Sheamus, thank you so much. It's been great speaking with you.
Great speaking to you too, mate. Have a great week. All right, Dustin?
All right, you too. Thank you so much.
Cheers, fella.
And again, that was the one and only Sheamus, WWE superstar. He'll be in Minneapolis at the Target Center for WWE's SmackDown on June 17th.